Invisible is kind of comfortable. So I've been practicing invisibility since childhood. See, I was naughty, but not naughty enough to get caught. Talented, but not talented enough to catch anyone's eye. Invisible enough to stay safe from the beta ye karke dikhana at family gatherings. The first time I was forced into visibility was when a boy wrote my name on the blackboard. I was so mad at him. I wanted to yell at him, tell him I wasn't okay with it. But somehow it was concluded that I must have done something or said something for my name to have appeared on the blackboard. Appeared. So I shut up and stayed quiet. And the story died down. It was simple math. Silence is equal to safety. So in silence, I blended into the background and whoosh, invisible. You see, school uniforms are a blessing for us invisibles. So easy to just dab, blend, whoosh, invisible. But then you have to go to college. Pick out your own clothes. Day one, I picked a tank top, baggy pants, took the same bus that I was taking for 2 years with my brother, but I was forced into visibility again. I kept telling myself, I'm invisible. I'm invisible. I'm invisible, but I couldn't vanish. Silence was not safe anymore. I learned that day that invisibility lies in the eyes of the beholder, and I wanted to turn the whole world blind. So on day 2, I stole my sister's grey kurta, sky blue jeans, packed away my lenses, wore oversized glasses, and whoosh, invisible again. But on day 2, our teacher Reena Ramdev asked her class, which was the last book you'd read? Now, invisible girls like me do not have the Hermionistic urge of raising hands. I did not. But she picked me. So I said, You Can Win by Shiv Khera. This was DU. Shiv Khera wasn't cool enough for DU. So my answer received quite sniggers. But Reena ma'am stood tall and said, It is a book and she has read it. And she moved on to the next student. But I felt seen, yet not visible. You know what I mean? Invisibility lies in the eyes of the beholder, and I wanted to turn the whole world blind, so I became an actor. So I became an actor because it is the ultimate disguise. Because when you're an actor, you don't have to be you. You're the character, hidden. Even in the spotlight, whoosh, invisible. But the thing with such practiced invisibility is that it becomes a habit. And now it seeps in without effort or warning. The other day, I had gone to buy lights for my house with my boyfriend. And the shopkeeper looked at him and said, Aaj aapka credit card khali kar dunga, sir. Me? Invisible. Funny thing is, I understood it. Because when visitors would come home, the first round of chai nashta was taken for the uncles. The aunties, invisible. Visible again when the plates had to be cleared. See, female invisibility is sanctioned and celebrated, censor board approved, critically appreciated. It was so easy to latch onto, almost safe. So in that silence, all I could do that day was buy more lights than I needed, swipe a card that could have been tapped, even asked for the customer copy. Feminism ruined me. Once I was in London. After seeing my drop location, the cab guy turned around and said, Your daddy must be a rich guy. I tipped him well. And I said, My daddy raised a rich girl. I said, My daddy raised a rich girl and slammed the door shut on my way out, only to realize I had left my phone behind. So I turned around to get my phone back with tears in my eyes. Not because I'd left my phone, because I'd said dad and not parents. My mum, invisible. If you ask my mom what she likes to eat, she has no answer. My mom started taking care of her siblings when she was 9. Became a wife at 16, a mother at 18. She learned to cook for her siblings, her husband, her children, their countless friends. She never learned what she liked to eat. And she learned all of this on the job. I became an actor and learned everything on the job. Mirror, mirror on the wall, am I really like my mother after all? Is invisibility genetic? But she sees me. You know, she sees me. She can hear me when I make no sound. When I'm angry, she knows. When I'm sad, she knows. When I'm dating, she knows. When I'm dating but I'm hiding, she knows. The woman knows. That's why I believe invisible people can see other invisible people. And she has seen every episode of every show that I've ever done. And that's not easy, because this is not 8-10 episode series, okay? I do daily shows. This is over 3,000 episodes. Every year for 17 years, she's seen them all. There was this one episode that I wasn't very proud of, and I said, Mummy, ye mat dekhiega, please. She watched it on mute. I felt seen, but not visible. You know what I mean? She granted me meri wali visibility. The joy of being seen the way I want to be. So let's raise a toast to all the women who indulge in invisibility. My mom and all the other women who've come before me. I'm in the spotlight, but it's you that I see. And I stand here with you in solidarity, and I want to tell you that you're safe even when you're not hiding, and you're beautiful even when you're not smiling, because I can see the beauty in your rage, and the rage that you don't have to reduce to palatable anger. I can see the glorious mountain of your self-worth, and if you ever feel like you've run out, come borrow mine. I have to sign out. That's been my time. I'm superhero Sriti, and my superpower, whoosh, invisibility.